It's the cruise ship buffet on the Sapphire Princess in May of 2024. Hey everyone, I'm Patrick from Oakland Travel, an Alaska cruise. And it's the first cruise for us with Princess Cruises. And we chose the Sapphire because it was an interesting route going from Vancouver, British Columbia up to Seward. Whittier, Alaska. Sorry. And a one-way trip, basically. Our second time doing Alaska cruise. The first time was a round trip out of Seattle. Didn't like that too much. So we wanted to do a one-way, and I also wanted to try Princess Cruises because we'd never cruised with them before. So first time with Princess, and a couple of interesting observations here. Okay, so first and foremost, right here at the sort of the entrance to the buffet line, you have the one little station right there where you can wash your hands. Not too much of a push on all of the passengers to do that. Certainly not as aggressive, so to speak, as Royal Caribbean or Celebrity when it comes to washing your hands going into the buffet. Now, in fairness to Princess, a lot of other cruise lines take a similar hands-off approach, I guess, whatever you want to call it. They don't push it too hard. Carnival doesn't do it. NCL doesn't do it. MSC doesn't do it. So Royal and Celebrity were the two that were the best at forcing everybody to wash their hands coming into the buffet. The other thing that was a little interesting about this was the buffet area, plenty of seating, which was really, really cool. The actual area right here with the cameras pointed at where you would go into the line to get your food, this area right here would get cramped and get congested very easily. And it's just one of those things, I guess. When they designed the layout of the ship, they just chose this as the setup for the buffet. And so that's the one caveat to this, is that it gets congested very easily. And so with that being said, it was a little difficult for me to get in here and try to record some good quality video of the food, because I always had to be mindful of how many people were in here, and I didn't want to hold anybody up while they were in line to get food. And here I am walking around with a camera trying to get video of what food is on display. So, one of those things, I did the best I could without disrupting the flow. The quality of the food itself was absolutely phenomenal. Every single bit of food we had on the cruise, on the Sapphire Princess, was top notch. And as I mentioned earlier, there's plenty of seating in here, which is really cool. So the only real sort of negative, if you even want to call it that, is this area right here can get a little bit congested depending on when you go, which meal is being served, all of the usual factors. The other thing that was also interesting is one of these specialty restaurants that is the Brazilian Steakhouse is essentially operated out of the Horizon Court, which was kind of interesting because there's a section of the buffet area that they use in the evening for the specialty restaurant. So that was pretty neat. And it took me a little while to sort of clue into the fact that that's what was happening, because we decided to go for that specialty restaurant during the cruise. And it was listed as like deck 14 or whatever it is, the deck that the Horizon Court is on. And I didn't quite put two and two together until we got there, like around the time of our reservation, and I was like, oh, they're just gonna seat us here in this area, and they're just gonna transform that area, and it's not gonna be the buffet, it's gonna be for the Brazilian Steakhouse or whatever. The other thing to note, since we're looking at it right here, you do not see any juice machines. And if you're used to cruising a lot with other cruise lines, you'll notice like those Vitality juice machines that all the other cruise lines use. Here on the Sapphire Princess, and I don't know if other Princess ships do it. They probably do, but I don't know. This is our first one. All of the juices and the like the teas and everything like that, they were all like freshly brewed or whatever in these glass serving jars. So no machines anywhere. So the all the lemonade and the everything, the coffee, the orange juice, cranberry juice, whatever, all in those glass. That was kind of interesting. I don't know that I've seen that before. Here it is, one of the dinners. This is the night that we were going to have dinner there in the steakhouse. And so you can kind of see where this little area right here, they sort of kind of cordon it off. You got a little situation here where you got a hostess that seats you and everything. And this was really, really good. I had never done a Brazilian steakhouse before. And it was kind of cool just because when we sat down, they had the things on the table that were like green on one side and red on the other side. And there was maybe a little bit of writing on them, but it didn't really explain what it was for. And that took me a little while to get the grasp of what was going on there and the way they handle like the side items and everything. And a very interesting experience. Like I said earlier, the food was absolutely phenomenal. And so very, very, very good time here. There it is. You see it starts off with red, right? And then I guess what happens is when you're ready for them to bring you meat, you flip it around to green. And there are guys just walking around and see right here. See, I've got it green. So he comes over and he is dispensing the meat, and you just tell them, they just keep cutting it until you're ready to stop. And you see you got the side items right here. And so first time for me doing a sort of a Brazilian steakhouse. So like I said, it was really, really good. And oh my God, the meat was amazing. And it was just nonstop, endless meat. And eventually I had to stop because it was just, I reached my limit. There you see the medallion there that I'm wearing. So like I said, we had an excellent time with Princess. And matter of fact, we are already booked on yet another Princess cruise. That's going to be in October 2025, a 10-night going up into Canada. So we really, really enjoyed Princess. And ironically, after this cruise, we were on a cruise for the first time with NCL, and it was in the Mediterranean. And I found myself sort of comparing NCL against Princess, looking for certain things that the way that Princess does it and not seeing them on the NCL cruise, and was kind of missing it a little bit. So the Princess experience was pretty top notch for us. So I'm looking forward to our next cruise with Princess in October of 2025.
Cheeses, meats, pork, steamed rice, vegetables. Something seems like lunch. Solid tea. Oh, pancakes.
Morning, sir.
Morning. How you doing? Salad bar going in there. More the salad bar. Breakfast pizza.
What is that?
Morning. How you doing?
You like what I like. I mean, I try to get a little variety too.
Smoked salmon. I'm not sure what that is. Oh, smoked mackerel. Omelet station.